Nelson Mandela was born on the 18th of July 1918 in a small village called Mvezo, in the Eastern Cape of South Africa. His birth name Kolithlathla loosely means troublemaker, which is kind of poetic, because he did end up challenging a whole unjust system. Early life and education. Mandela grew up in a traditional Thembu royal family, but his life wasn't easy. He later studied law at the University of Fort Hare and University of the Witwatersrand, becoming one of South Africa's first black lawyers. Through his studies, he became deeply aware of the injustice of apartheid, the system that separated people by race and denied black South Africans basic rights. Fight against apartheid. In the 1940s, Mandela joined the African National Congress, ANC. At first, he believed in peaceful protest, but as the government became more violent and repressive, he supported armed resistance as a last resort. This decision would later be used against him. In 1962, he was arrested. 2 years later, during the famous Rivonia trial, Mandela was sentenced to life imprisonment. That's when he gave one of the most powerful speeches in history, ending with, "It is an ideal for which I am prepared to die." 27 years in prison. Mandela spent 27 years in prison, most of them on Robben Island. Conditions were harsh: hard labor, poor food, isolation. Yet, instead of becoming bitter, he became more disciplined, more thoughtful, and more focused on reconciliation. Even his prison guards eventually respected him. Freedom and presidency. In 1990, after massive international pressure and internal resistance, Mandela was finally released. Instead of calling for revenge, he preached forgiveness and unity, something that shocked the world. In 1994, South Africa held its first democratic elections, and Nelson Mandela became the country's first black president. One of his biggest achievements was helping prevent a civil war by encouraging reconciliation between races. Legacy. Mandela served only one term as president and stepped down voluntarily, rare for leaders. He won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. He passed away on the 5th of December 2013, but his legacy lives on. Mandela stood for forgiveness over revenge, courage over fear, justice over hatred, leadership through humility.